Hello, my name is Shivi Rajput and I'm an associate at Charles Russell Speechlys. Welcome and thank you for joining me today on this recorded webinar for matrimonial and non-matrimonial resources in divorce, tips, guidance and case law. In this session, I intend to provide an overview of the process of dividing up a couple's money and property on divorce, focusing on how the law in England and Wales differentiates between two types of assets, those which are matrimonial and those which are non-matrimonial. And as we'll see, this distinction can make a significant difference to the outcome of financial proceedings. A copy of the slides that I'm using for today's session are available to all delegates, and on the penultimate page of those slides, I've shared my email address in case you have any questions that arise after the session. So let's have a look at the course aims. In today's session, we will be having a look back at the principles of needs, sharing, and compensation, understanding the difference between matrimonial and non-matrimonial assets and how the court deals with them. We'll look at the special status of the family home, and we will consider when non-matrimonial property will be invaded. We'll look at how the court deals with arguments of special contributions, post-separation assets and accrual, and the treatment of inherited assets. We will look at lots of relevant case law, and there will be practical guidance on how to approach a case where arguments as to matrimonial and non-matrimonial property may arise. We'll also look briefly at nuptial agreements and how these can help to protect non-matrimonial assets in divorce. So before we come on to the difference between matrimonial and non-matrimonial assets, I'll begin by giving a high-level overview of how the court deals with financial proceedings on divorce. There is no difference in this jurisdiction in how we approach proceedings between spouses and civil partners. For all practical purposes, the relevant provisions of Part 2 of the Matrimonial Causes Act 1973, which govern proceedings between spouses, are identical to those set out in Schedule 5 to the Civil Partnership Act 2004. The court is empowered to make any or all of the following orders: periodical payments, secured periodical payments, lump sum, property adjustment, variation of settlement, and pension sharing. In exercising these powers, the court must have regard to all the circumstances of the case. The first consideration must be given to the welfare of any children who have not reached the age of 18, but thereafter, and in no specified order or hierarchy, to the matters set out in sections 25 2A to H of the MCA 1973, which we call the Section 25 factors. The Section 25 factors are not formulaic, but are a list of relevant considerations that the court must consider in no particular order.